I saw this interesting video yesterday and I could not pass up the opportunity to react to it. You see, it was actually a panel of about 6 people, of which only one was making sense. Seriously. The rest of them were just spreading deception to make wrong look right. If you are a modern feminist, you may not see anything wrong in what most of them were saying, but if you are a person of common sense, you will find most of their opinions distasteful. I can tell you that. But one thing I will say though, it is very entertaining and you are going to have fun either way. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
If I was a grown-ass man, I would only date single mothers.
Right out of the gate, this lady starts by spewing trash. What do you mean if you were a man, you would only date single mothers? How does that make sense? It's like saying if you were a chef, you would only eat burnt food. I mean, that's more or less what she said. How does that make sense? How? Did you notice that she did not follow up the statement with a reason why it would make sense to date a single mom? Not even a single reason. But off the cuff, I can give you a myriad of reasons why you should think twice and then think twice again before dating a single mom. As a matter of fact, I did a post about a week ago detailing 7 reasons why you should think twice before marrying a single mom. You can get that on my channel and I'll encourage you to. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
If I was a grown-ass man, I would only date single mothers.
What? Baby daddy don't like you. What makes you qualify for an upgrade? Why do y'all standards get better when your circumstances get worse?
That's a beautiful question. Why do your standards get better when your circumstances get worse? And I bet no one on that panel can answer that question. And you know why? Because there is absolutely no reasonable answer to that question. There is none. But I can give you an answer that will be offensive to most people, even though it is the truth. And that answer is delusion. Only delusion will make you think you can get a high value man now that you are older and with kids. A man that you could not get in your prime. How? That's like trying to sell a badly used car for more than you paid for it when it was new. That is delusion, if you ask me. Delusion. You can argue all you want. You can even call me names. But facts don't care about your feelings.
Just because you dealt with a man that didn't do right by you don't mean you don't deserve what you supposed to have.
You deserve a better one.
What you mean? Why? What? So you telling me that because I already have children that I don't deserve a good man?
Yes.
That don't make no sense at all.
That don't even make sense.
That don't make no sense at all.
All right, so listen.
That's crazy.
She actually believes that the fact she has kids should not hinder her from getting a good man, which begs the question, so what's in need for the man? What does it benefit from dating a single mom when he can get a lot of single ladies that are prettier and much younger and without kids? Wow, the delusion is just astonishing, and it only got this bad because societies have been encouraging this depravity for the past few decades.
Listen,
That's crazy.
But I'm so glad that the world don't work the way he thinks it should, because we have a lot of people that'll be just asked out.
Now, do you mean? No, hold on one second. I got a question.
Let me give her a solution.
I got a question. Do you think that she don't deserve a good man, period, or do you want her not to have a date at all until the kids are 18?
No, I want her to go back with her baby daddy.
But he a piece of shit.
And I would never.
Listen, okay. So
And I would never.
And I would never go back to my baby daddy, she says. Imagine that, like she has an option. If that's the case, I will advise you to go get a cat, because statistics favor you being an old cat lady, if you know what I mean. Prepare to grow old alone and to alone. I believe you know what I mean by that. I'm sure you know what I mean by that.
Okay, so
And I would never.
the guy that you open up your legs to is your husband.
20 years ago. Do you know how old these kids are? These kids are fucking teenagers.
The
She
guy-
gave him some coochie before she even knew how to use that coochie.
First of all, see, my situation might not be everybody's situation. I had my kids young.
Thank
You know, I had
What
my
you
children
doing
young.
with that
So, to be honest with you, I agree with him when he said you look for your father. I didn't have that. I didn't have my father. I didn't have a male in my life that really like taught me what a man was supposed to be. So I really was walking around blind trying to figure it out. I'm running into people. If I knew better, I would have vetted. You feel me? I didn't know what that was at 16. I didn't know what that was.
But
Another trend that is spreading is this talk about how I was young and dumb. Okay, I didn't know any better. Or in this case, I was just 16. Ladies, listen. I wish I could shout this from a mountaintop. Your being young and dumb will not erase the consequences of your actions. So please and please keep your legs closed. Because if you don't, you will face the consequences later in life. And just so you know, life doesn't show mercy. In any case, What is a 16-year-old doing, having sex? This is just crazy. Just tells you her parents were most likely irresponsible. That brings me to something else she said about her father not being around. That's another lesson for women to learn. Filing for divorce over every little disagreement only ends up destroying your children's lives. Imagine the effect it had on this lady, who obviously did not learn anything from that experience, because here she is saying she would never go back to her baby daddy. That means she didn't learn anything. And guess who will bear the brunt? The kids, of course. Just a sad and vicious cycle. But the good news is she will feel the full weight of leaving her baby daddy. It's just a matter of time.
That was at 16. I didn't know what that was.
But listen, it goes back to the original conversation that I was having. And I said that women are selfish. When I grew up, I used to be in the church. I grew up in the church. And I will always see women pray to God for a good man. Send me this man that I deserve. But then I always would ask my mom, and she would pop me in the mouth. And I would ask my mom.
I'm on her side. I'm about to do it right now.
Honestly, and this is how my brain works. This is not a joke. This is real. I would ask my mom. I would say, well, what about him?
What about who?
Like, why would God mess his life up by giving him you?
So you first of all, what I never hear you say. For some reason, you don't make men take accountability for their choices.
No, you missing
You
what I'm
blame
saying.
women for everything. No, you never make men take accountability for what they do.
I do, but what I'm saying is, this
I don't
guy,
get that. Why is it always the woman's fault?
Because when you think about it, what I was taught in church was you treat people how you want to be treated.
Thanks.
Some of these women, guys know what they qualify for. They know they don't qualify for the top woman. Women will take the best option knowing that she gonna mess his life up, knowing that she gonna slow him down. When them women was in church praying, and I would look at her, and I would look at that booger wolf.
That is not nice. So you can't call.
Notice how they are all coming after the man, who ironically is the only one saying the truth, the only one making sense. And listen to the woman trying to make it look like it was her baby daddy's fault that the marriage did not work. I bet if you dig deeper, you will find that it was her fault. That if you want to even consider statistics and the reason why most women file for divorce, it's usually their fault. Why is it always the woman's fault? Are you kidding me? Well, for starters, because it was the woman that decided to spread her legs for the man. Again, it was the woman that decided to have a child with the man. Why won't these people just task their brains and do a little bit of thinking? It is not rocket science, for God's sake. Kudos to the man in the panel that dared to speak the truth. I wish I knew his name. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this content and learned a thing or two from it. Please like this video and be sure to subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.